What's up everybody, it's Seth from Fowler Customs, and today I'm counting down the top 5 biggest sneaker buying mistakes. As always guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also hit that thumbs up if you like the video. But with all that out of the way, let's get into it. So I really wanted to make this video because over the last couple years I've been buying and selling a lot of sneakers, and because of that I've made a lot of mistakes, but I've also learned a lot. So I wanted to make this video to share with you some of the things that I've learned, and so that you don't make the same mistakes, because some of them are pretty dumb. So let's start things off with number 5. Buying a shoe during the hype. Now every time there's a big sneaker release, there's going to be a lot of hype around the shoe. Now this could be a good thing for you if you got the shoe for retail, like if you got it at the Nike app or waited outside of a store, because 1, you could easily flip the shoe for a lot of money, or 2, you're just rocking a pair of shoes that are really tough to get, and that's basically the reason we're all sneakerheads, is to wear something dope. The problem is, if you aren't able to get the shoe for retail for whatever reason, you're gonna end up paying a hugely inflated resale price. Because everyone's hyped on the shoe, everyone wants it, and because of that, resellers are able to sell the shoes for crazy prices. But most times, shoes don't usually jump over that hype price for a couple years, so it's probably not worth holding on to a shoe that's only gonna make you 30 or 50 bucks extra in the long run. If you wait a couple weeks, the hype might die and you might not like the shoe anymore. You might have only liked it because it was a certain colorway, or you might have only liked it because everyone else liked it at the time. So give it that couple weeks, let the price even out a little bit, and then buy the shoe if you still really want it. Moving on to number 4, this should be an obvious one. Don't buy shoes you don't like. Now this is something I'm very guilty of, because a lot of times back in college when I didn't have a lot of money, I was buying a lot of shoes for resale. And to be honest, back then I wasn't really a great reseller. I'm not even a reseller now, so I don't know why I'm saying that, but I ended up taking a loss on a lot of shoes. So it's important to buy shoes that you like, so if you do end up having to sit on a couple pairs of shoes, I mean, hey, maybe you can wear them. Now we all know how much of a bummer it is to have a pair of shoes you don't really like but you spent way too much money on. Moving on to number 3, not buying shoes from a reputable source. This one seems like a no-brainer, especially since there are so many fakes on the market, and a lot of the fakes have started to get really, really good. When you're buying a pair of sneakers, this usually only applies to buying sneakers online, but it can apply to meetups as well. Make sure you research the person that you're buying from or the store. A lot of times online stores actually have brick and mortar retail stores, which you can Google Map or check reviews of, and it'll let you know whether the store is actually a real store or not. Same thing goes for eBay. Make sure to check their feedback. If they only have like 18 feedback, I mean, they could be real, and there's a good chance that they are, but you want to be safe. Make sure to buy from someone who has a lot of really good feedback, because in most cases you're spending a lot of money on something you really want, and you don't want to be disappointed when you get something in the mail and then you have to deal with like a month of just trying to get your money back through eBay. That's a huge bummer. I usually try to only buy shoes from places like Finish Line, Foot Locker, Villa, Adidas, Nike directly, things like that. Sometimes I'll buy from Facebook groups, sometimes I'll buy from eBay, and then other times if I'm trying to buy something that's not from the retailer itself, I'll try and buy it from somewhere like StockX or GOAT, where they actually verify it for you. To be honest, I'd rather pay the extra for a pair of shoes that I know are legit than to chance it for a good deal. Number 2, this one only really applies to online sales, but it's paying for something without having a way to get your money back. Usually when you're buying a pair of shoes from an online retailer, they have a great return policy. In some cases with Nike and Adidas directly, you can actually wear the shoes for 30 days, and then if you don't like them, you can return them and get a full refund. Other places like Finish Line and Foot Locker, you can try them on, you can't really wear them, but you can return them online, no problem. But when you're buying things from people in Facebook groups or off eBay, you've always got to be really careful. eBay tends to be okay in the sense that you can usually get your money back. It takes a really long time to do if you find out the sneakers are fake, or for whatever reason, it usually takes a month or 2, which is a bummer, especially when it's like 200, 300 bucks. And also with eBay, returns aren't that common, so if you buy a pair of shoes and you don't like them, you're kind of stuck with them. But the main reason I'm making this point is because a lot of people buy things nowadays using PayPal. Sometimes sellers will ask you to gift them the money, which in a lot of cases is a red flag. If they're a legit seller, the reason they're asking you to gift the money is just because it saves them some money on fees. But if they're not a legit seller, the reason they're asking you to gift the money is because then PayPal really has no way to cover you. You've literally given them the money in hopes that you will eventually get the shoes. But as it's called, it's just a gift. You're just giving them the money. They really don't actually have to give you anything in return, and PayPal won't do anything to help you out in that situation. So to avoid this, always make sure that they send you an invoice through PayPal specifically, so that if you do end up getting a box of rocks or something ridiculous like that, you can go to PayPal and say, hey, this is what they invoiced me for. Say they invoiced me for a pair of Bread Ones, right? And I paid $700 for these shoes, but I got a box of rocks. You know, so then PayPal can say, okay, I see that they invoiced you for this pair of shoes, you paid this much expecting to get this pair of shoes, but what they sent you obviously wasn't that. So then they talk to both sides and try and figure out who the correct party is. In most cases, if it's you, then you'll get your money back. Again, it takes a little bit of time, but at least you have that insurance that you'll be okay. And finally, the number one mistake people make when buying sneakers is overpaying. Now, this is sort of similar to buying during the hype, but the main reason I made this point is because you need to research what you're buying. And this could apply to everything, not even just sneakers. You never want to overpay for something if you don't have to. And the main way to avoid this is to research. Make sure you're looking everywhere and checking every price, comparing all the prices, finding the average, finding the best deal, so that when you actually do pull the trigger on a legit pair of shoes, you know that you're getting the best price and you know you're getting the product that you want. Nothing sucks more than paying $500 for a pair of legit sneakers that you dig than finding out the next day that you could have bought them for $350 somewhere else. That's it for my top 5 biggest sneaker buying mistakes. Make sure to leave a comment in the comment section below letting me know if you've made any of these mistakes yourself, and also if I left anything off this list. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to Fowler Customs if you want to see more content just like this, and follow Fowler Customs in all other forms of social media.